Okay.
Hola, bitches!
AFC North.
That was AFC North, in case you guys missed it.
Yeah, AFC North. And you know what? This might be, George and I were talking before.
This might be the new black and blue division. Because that's what they used to call the NFC East.
Yeah.
This one...
I mean, it's tough because any one of these teams seriously has a shot really at winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
And you could win this division with a 9-7 record. It probably was, of all the divisions we covered, which is 8 divisions, okay? I just wanted to tell everybody that in case they didn't know how many divisions.
Yay!
Go team!
But we're starting with the Ravens. The Ravens just lost one of their big-time safeties, and it looks like they lost one of their defensive ends today as well. So that's not good. But
and they also lost some more people in the offseason.
They lost a rack of wideouts.
Yeah, I mean, they lost Jacoby Jones and Torrey Smith. Who the fuck is Flacco going to throw to?
D's and Dim.
And you know what's funny? They get another quarterback, okay, and Matt Schwab. So I'm thinking, that's great, but who the fuck's he going to throw? Schwab or Schwab?
Schwab. It's not Schwab.
One of them is the investment company, right?
Yeah, that's not him.
Schwab. It's Matt Schwab, right? No W in there. My thought.
No.
What do you think?
I honestly think the top teams in this one, the top 3 teams could be separated by 1 win. You could see them having identical records, but me beating you twice puts me ahead of you.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's
they're going to beat up on each other.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. Those 3 are going to beat the shit out of each other, all for a chance to win this. I don't think Cleveland's going to be an easy out because their defense is pretty not nasty, but they're getting better. I think it's going to be Cincinnati's year to win, and then Baltimore and Pittsburgh are going to be 2-3. I can't call it.
Well, let's talk about Cincinnati. Cincinnati, basically, they got a defensive end in Michael Johnson, good acquisition. AJ Hawk, who left Green Bay.
What's weird? That's surprising by me. I think he's underperformed though. Honestly.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? They kind of handled like Pittsburgh did with linebackers. Like, remember when they let go of Joey Porter? They were like, you know what? You're right on the edge of getting shitty. We're gonna let you go. And he went to Miami, and then he fucking fell apart. I think that's what they did with AJ.
Kevin. I need you to come into my office. Hey, buddy, come on, sit down. You're right on the edge of getting shitty, so we're gonna have to let you go.
Well, fuck you, George.
Who says that? You're right on the cusp of being rotten.
You're right.
So we're going to go ahead and let you go.
And you know what? His ass is going to get real shitty in fucking Cincinnati. So he's gone. But, I mean, so they grabbed him, and he's gone from Green Bay.
That loss of their tight end is going to hurt. Jermaine Gresham.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's...
Terrence Newman's a good corner.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost him too.
I don't think it's a big loss for Taylor Mays. There's another guy I think who's been underperforming, the kid out of USC. I've never been impressed with many kids out of USC.
With all that being said, I'm going to go out on a limb and I say I think they're going to second.
I got Cincinnati winning it.
Do you?
Yep, and it's not going to be a pretty look. They're not going to win 10 games,
right?
And do it. I mean, you're looking 9-7. I mean, 8-8 could win that division.
Fucking, their coach, man, Marvin Lewis is just.
He's
always there, but he's not there. You know what I'm saying? He gets them. They're competitive. They're in contention, and then all of a sudden something fucking
that
happens.
Motherfucker's 15 minutes is about up.
Yeah, he's 50, and that's why I'm not going to pick them to win the division. Now let's talk about the fucking Johnny Manziel show. At least that's what they were. They were the Johnny Manziel Browns last year. Okay, I actually took them to the Super Bowl right before we started taping. Big ass shit. I took the Browns to the Super Bowl. Anyway,
They lose Josh. They lose Brian Hoyer, but they pick up Josh McCown. I think that speaks volumes about what they thought about Brian Hoyer.
It speaks volumes.
I don't think they have the starting quarterback on their roster.
Yeah.
Not a franchise quarterback.
No. I mean, we saw what happened with Johnny Manziel last year. They were flip-flop, bringing people in, trying people out. Nothing ended up happening. They have a great, stingy defense. That's the best thing they got going for them.
They did pick up Dwayne Bowe and Brian Hartline. Two more offensive weapons.
Yeah, to go into him. Not Johnny Manziel.
Well, and then
that's sawed-off midget.
But then what do you do?
He can't even throw. All he's going to do is throw passes in the back of the offensive line.
What do you do? What do you do with the wide
Johnny?
What do you do with the wide receiver who? Just for 1 second, try to be serious.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. All right.
And then he does that. Anyway, but what do you do with the kid, the wide receiver who can't fucking stop smoking weed?
Josh Gordon?
Yeah, still got him.
He's awesome for doing double biceps on the sidelines and shit, because his body's a fucking diesel. But who's throwing to him? You can't have Tattoo from Fantasy Island trying to throw to him, man.
Word.
He's going to have to be on his tippy toes. He's got to have a vertical of 56 to get downfield to that motherfucker. He is straight fucking
But see, that's when he can use them hip step and break the pocket.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or get broken up, leaving the pocket.
Yeah. This ain't college.
Oh.
Anyway, I think the Browns are going to be. I got them in fourth. I can't call it, nigga, but I think they're going to be in fourth place.
I can't wait till you get old and like your motor skills start to go. I just want you to be. I want to come over. I want you in a wheelchair with like a wool blanket over your legs, and I want you to not be able to like. I want you to develop like a nasty fucking stutter and just be in your motherfucking chair. Come here! I want you to be that fucking up.
And you would be like, you know what, you won't, because I'd be like, push me to the custard store, you white motherfucker. Okay, so do we both agree that Cleveland's going to be?
Oh, then Stellar. Yeah. They're going to be competing probably for one of the worst records in the NFL.
With that girl that was going to fucking say some shit against Greg Hardy.
Hey, that's on you.
Anyway, yeah. So Cleveland's in last place. At least we think that. Now, George and I are going to probably disagree with this. We're moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now,
no, I think they're due. They're due for a resurgence, if you will.
I think, you know what? Troy Polamalu had an incredible
chokehold on their team.
But I think he was hurting them, man. I mean, quarterback Ike Taylor, I mean, they lost him. They lost Brett Kiesel. They lost some pretty decent people, but
they have a system. They have a plug-and-play system. It always... Tomlin got re-signed to an extension. He's there for long. That's the one thing I will give the Steelers. They are a team of consistency. And that's probably why, as a player, I'd want to go there. Because I want to know what's going to happen day in and day out. I don't need that mystery shit, that change-up shit, the new coach shit, the new GM. They are consistent. And to me, that's what you do with a franchise. Successful franchises are consistent from top to bottom.
Now,
and I don't mean you have to be like successful good. I mean, look at the Raiders. They're consistently fucking bad, but at least they're consistent.
Now, the one thing that is not going to be consistent with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year is that they lost Dick LeBeau. And, I mean, he was their coordinator forever. And he's one of the greatest defensive minds that the NFL has ever seen. So that's going to be, I mean, obviously, you know, they probably going to have somebody in there to fill his shoes and worked under him, whatever. I'm not too sure. I don't know how that went down. I don't know. But I do know that's going to be something to see. Because, you know, we've always, in Pittsburgh's fucking, they're like, professional linebacker. I mean, their linebackers and their defense has always been fucking nasty, and the ability to fucking blitz. And that's why I used to call them Blitzburg. So
yeah, it'll be, again, they could easily win the division at 8-8. They could win it at 9-7. They could still be there kind of at 7-9. The problem is in the AFC, 7-9 doesn't get you the wild card.
Yeah.
So you got to be on that positive side of 8 wins to even be vying for the division or even a wild card, because it's in the NFC.
Yeah.
So with that said, Cincinnati, I have winning, and then I have Baltimore and Pittsburgh fighting for that second spot in there, and that could be a wild card spot, depending on how the other divisions shake out.
Yeah.
And then Cleveland dead ass last.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I don't know who the AFC North plays, what other divisions they play this year. That could
we've not looked at the schedules.
Yeah, that could be huge with this division. You know.
I understand.
Anyway, and we're out.